Emmanuel, Dashora, any of you want to tell us what a synonym is? If your microphone is not working well, you can type in the chat and I'll read it out for you.
Okay, yeah, smart. The synonym of smart is intelligent. Sorry.
Okay, good. So the synonym is a word that means the same or similar to the word, to another word. And so for the first one, smart, good. Intelligent is a synonym. Can I get someone to tell me a synonym for good? Someone from Gashora Girls Academy. Your microphone is breaking up a little bit. Feel free to type as well. Great, Emmanuel, you started to put some words in there. Good, acceptable, fine, upright, good, good. The Girls Academy, you have said probably, amazing, or fine, good, good. So these are synonyms for good. Thank you for participating. So the next one is easy. Can someone give me a synonym for easy? Feel free to type or unmute. Simple, piece of cake, perfect. Those are great synonyms. What about hard? Great, tough or difficult? Help? Can you all think of synonyms for help? Yes, complicated is a very good synonym for hard. What about help? Great, these are great. Support, to get one's back, assist, aid, lend a hand. These are great synonyms. And then finally, like. Can we get a synonym for like? Okay, good. Similar, same. Okay, similar or favor. Good. So like has multiple meanings. Like is in favor, like is in similar. Okay, so now we're going to move on to antonyms. Antonyms are the opposite, remember? So can I get an antonym for impatient? What is the opposite of impatient? Perfect, patient. What is an antonym for a team player? Okay, good. Independent. Independent's a good one. Are there any other antonyms for team player? Self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. Good. What about ignorant? Solo and loner. Good, good. Those are good ones to add as well. The next word, ignorant. Can I get an antonym for ignorant? Okay, smart, educated. Okay. Yes, as Faithful said, this is an opportunity to type faster. So please challenge yourself to think quick. Great, knowledgeable. Knowledgeable is a great antonym. The next word, outgoing. Try and think quick. What are some antonyms for outgoing? Ingoing, of course, yes. Also, we hear shy, introverted. Great job. Let's move on to the next word, expert. Some antonyms for expert. Try to think quick. Some antonyms for expert. Amateur, newbie, rookie. Very, very good. Okay, and we can move on to the next word, an antonym for timid. Yes, excellent is a good one. Excellent. Okay, energetic, yes. Bold, very good, very good. Okay, so we played this icebreaker with antonyms and synonyms because we need to think of words and we need to be intentional with our word choices, especially when we have stronger words that might reflect words we would want to say in our essays. So today, as I said before, our lesson is going to be on language use. One terminology we're going to explore is precise language. What is precise language? What is vague language? Can I get a volunteer to read this following definition? Aloud. Okay, thank you. You're breaking up just a little bit, so I'll just reread it. Precise language is the use of specific words to make writing clear and vivid. Emmanuel, can you read the definition for vague language?
Precise language? Sorry,
Vague
did you
language.
tell me to read precise?
Can you read the definition for vague language?
Vague language is the use of unclear or ambiguous language.
Great, thank you. So my question to you all, and you can answer this in the chat or say aloud, why do you think precise language is important in a college essay?
Thank you. I think I can take the question. I think the reason why precise language is important in college essay is that because no one wants to waste so much time reading something that they don't understand. So it's better to be precise and talk about what you want to talk about without beating around the bush. Thank you.
Great, yes, exactly that. We want to be able to share our writing that really tells our story fully. And as Faithful added in the chat, no one has that time of day. So please help your readers understand what you're trying to say in a quick and clear way. Okay, so I'm going to display some examples of precise and vague language. Vague, my mom's aunt has some stuff for sale. Precise, my great aunt has a bookshelf and a writing desk for sale. Can you see the difference here? The vague language talks about something that we don't know. What stuff? Whose aunt? Precise language in this sentence shows us that my great aunt has a bookshelf and a writing desk for sale. Vague, the girl felt sad when she lost her thing. Innocent felt defeated when she lost the tournament. Can we see the difference here? Who is the girl that we're talking about? Well, in our precise language, we see the girl as innocent. She lost her thing. We don't know, it could be her elephant, her dog, her hat. Her thing is the tournament. And so we see that when we use precise language, we're more specific. If you want to see more examples of this, I did include the source, which is from a website called Grammarly, which does help you to improve your language and word choice. Okay, so some examples of vague words. I'm not saying that I've seen this in some of your writings, but it can be common in other people's writings. Stuff, some, thing, bad, good, a lot. These are some words that do not tell us anything specific about what we're talking about. When we say stuff, we don't know what stuff. When we say some, we don't know how many. Thing, we don't know what we're talking about. Bad is one that often gets people. Bad can be more detailed when you use a specific word. Maybe bad as in someone being difficult, someone being disturbing, something being terrifying. Remember, we can choose more specific words by simply avoiding the use of vague language. Okay, so one quick reminder and something that I just wanted to bring up in this conversation because I have seen it in writing is proper nouns. There are specific rules in English grammar for the use of proper nouns. Can I get someone volunteer to read the definition of a proper noun?
Thank you. Let me read it. Proper nouns. A proper noun is a specific, not generic name for a particular person, place, or thing. Proper nouns are always capitalized in English, no matter where they fall in a sentence.
Great, thank you so much. So remember, when we're writing in our essays, We want to capitalize a specific person, place, or thing. Here we have a book, a place, and a person. We're going to capitalize their name, their title, the specific name of the place, or the specific name of the thing that we're talking about. Be careful of this when you're writing, because it's important that we include these grammar rules when writing so that we can demonstrate our ability to understand and practice correct and clear grammar. Okay, so I have an activity for you all, and this requires you to take out a pen and paper. This sentence below is using vague language. The instructions to you is to rewrite this paragraph with precise language. Feel free to make up the details in the story so you can be a little bit creative. Obviously, in this paragraph, we don't have all of the details. So I would like you all to take the time to use this space to make up some details in the paragraph that are unclear. Can someone read aloud the paragraph as it is now? Colette, I'm not sure if you have access to a microphone, but feel free to speak. If not.
Okay, let me lead it. I played many sports when I was young. I used to like that stuff because it made me happy. I played sports after school and learned how to be persistent. Some years ago, I moved to a new school. I wanted to join the team at the new school. Unfortunately, I was bad at it. All the girls were good. I decided to practice every night. My practice paid off because next year I made the team. I will carry this skill of persistence to university. I believe that I will be able to do it in my coursework even when there are challenges.
Perfect. Thank you so much for reading that out loud. So for this activity, please rewrite this paragraph yourselves, but use precise language. I'm going to give you all 20 minutes to do this right now. Actually, I'm going to give you all 15 minutes. I think you can do it in 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes to rewrite this paragraph using precise language. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you had time to complete the exercise. Can I get at least 2 volunteers to share with me how they rewrote the paragraph with precise language? Feel free to put your paragraph in the chat box or to read it aloud. Well, let me go back and ask, have all of you finished the activity? Do you need more time?
Can you guys hear us? Can somebody please unmute themselves to let us know? Okay, so Emmanuel is done. Anybody else done? If you aren't able to finish the entire portion of it, then you could also just tell us the portion that you were able to finish. Okay, Gashora is also done. Colette, how far? Maybe let's get started with those who are done. Lauren, I'll let you decide who you want to hear from.
Good. Can we hear from the Gashora Girls Academy? If you want to share your paragraph in the chat box, you may do so, or you can read it aloud if your microphone allows you.
I think Ashura had an issue with their microphones. They're probably typing, and that might take a bit of some time.
Okay.
Maybe we could hear from Emmanuel. Colette says she
Sounds
needs some more time.
Okay. Emmanuel, would you like to share your paragraph?
You're muted in case you're speaking, Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you. Mine goes like, I played football, handball, and basketball when I was young. I used to like handball because it made me happy. I played sports after school and learned how to be persistent. 3 years ago, I moved to a new school, World Mission Tibet. I wanted to join the handball team at the school. Unfortunately, I was bad at it. All the boys played really good. I decided to practice every night. I learned how to throw the ball, catch it back, and aim into the goal. My practice paid off because I made the team the next year. I will carry this skill of persistence to university. I believe that I will be able to play handball in my coursework even when there are challenges. Thank you.
That was great. If everyone heard the paragraph clearly, we noticed at the very beginning, Emmanuel added and specified which sports. And then throughout the paragraph, Emmanuel specified the different activities that he did, the challenges, and everything else more specific to the story. It was a completely different paragraph, if we want to be honest, because he was able to tell us a little bit more about himself rather than a person that we don't know. So this is exactly what we mean when we say, let's use precise language. Great job. I just want to make sure I understand the Gashora Girls Academy. Are you typing right now? Okay, I will give it just a few more moments. While we're waiting for the rest of you to finish typing your paragraphs to share with all of us, Emmanuel, I want to go back to your paragraph. I noticed that you did not address the unfortunately I was bad at it. Is there any way you could change that sentence to be more specific and to use more precise language? Oh, yeah. Great. So you could probably use the words, unfortunately, I was bad at aiming. And that would really help us to understand the thing that you were bad at rather than just it. That way the reader does not have to guess and they have a more vivid picture of your essay, of your paragraph. So great job. I will read out loud the next paragraph from the Gashora Girls Academy. I don't know who wrote this one, but if you wanted to write your name and tell us who wrote it, I'll read that when I finish reading the paragraph out loud. They say, when I was still in middle school, I enjoyed playing basketball, football, and badminton. On the court with my teammates made me joyous. Every day after school, I would run to the locker room, change into my gym clothes, and in the court by 5 p.m. Day in and day out, I unceasingly committed myself to being available at every game. This is great because you really explained in detail what you did and why you enjoyed the sport. So not just that it made you happy, but you explained into detail. You also told us what specific sports. So when we talk about precise language, you all clearly understand what we mean. And this is important for us to include in all of our writing, but especially in our college essays when we're telling stories about ourselves and painting pictures. I will just give a few more moments for Colette to finish typing. And we will hear Colette's paragraph. While we're waiting, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Like, what if you use this kind of precise language, maybe in the introduction part, probably because you're going to explain it in the following paragraphs? Is it a problem?
No, it's not a problem to use the precise language in the introduction paragraph. So precise language doesn't mean explaining out every detail. It means choosing words that are more specific and detailed. So if your introduction paragraph tells us about your interest in sports, and then your body paragraphs begin to tell us about what you did, that's okay. So instead of just saying I played many sports, so if you say in your introduction paragraph, I played many sports, you can name the specific sports. So feel free to use the precise language throughout your entire essay. Remember, precise language doesn't mean just adding in more words or writing a lot more. Precise language means choosing the right words that are more detailed and specific. Does that make sense? Okay, good, good. Paulette, you don't have to be complete. So if you want to share with us what you have so far, feel free to just send it out and we'll see what you have right now to see if you understand how to do the precise writing. Okay, I will read aloud one more paragraph from the Gashora Girls Academy. Thank you. 4 years later, I moved to a new school near my family. I wanted to be part of the basketball team. Unfortunately, I was not good enough in comparison to the rest of the girls. I started practicing each and every night, and in just a year, I made the varsity team. As I joined Pomona College, I intend to employ such efforts and devotion to my study, no matter the setbacks. This is also very good because you specified the time when you moved to the new school. You explained why you were not good enough and you made a comparison, not just that you were bad, but you also explained that into detail. And you also told us that how you became more persistent, and that's by practicing. And then you clarified the specific university that you would like to attend. So this is also another good example. You all are doing very well with the use of precise language. So since we are running close to the end, I'm going to move on and explain to you an assignment I would like you all to send off by this Sunday as a homework task. Okay, so this activity, I will also send the details in the email that I send to you at the end of today's workshop. So do not feel like you have to write down all of the details right now. I will send them all in an email. You're going to write one paragraph describing an assignment, event, or activity at school that you enjoyed or did not enjoy. In your paragraph, use precise language. So this is an example. So in this activity, you're just going to use and provide us an example of an assignment, activity, or event at school. You can talk about something that you really enjoyed, or you can talk about something that you did not enjoy at all. This activity is for practice for the use of precise language. So you do not have to take this paragraph and include it into your college essay, but this is an opportunity for you to practice precise language, and we will provide you some feedback at the end. So this is something you're going to send into us at the end of the week. Please send it to us Sunday night and by 8 p.m. and we will provide you all feedback. I will write down these details in the email that I will send to you all. Are there any questions regarding this assignment? We'll talk about the paragraphs in the next session, but are there any questions involving the assignment? Yes, so share the paragraph with Faithful and I, and we will both provide you feedback. That was one of the questions we got. Okay, so before we wrap up, we do have one final paragraph from Colette to see her use of precise language. When I was 7 years old at my primary school, I was the champion in basketball. I used to play so many sports, but I loved basketball more than any other sport. I was fond of sports and I routinely used to play them after school. And I would be, I'm not sure what word you were trying to say, but I will be pertinacious. At my 12 years, I went into a new school and I was willing to share all skills, but I found some girls who were very good at basketball than I. But I was so jealous on my favorite sport. I did more practice and I would wake up at 3 going to practice basketball, and I feel like I can pursue it in university. Okay, good, Colette. So what you did strongly was that you were able to specify when you went to your new school, you chose a specific sport and you wrote into details for us to understand what that meant to you and why you like the sport more than other sports. I also liked your explanation as to why you were bad at it and you were saying you're willing to share your skills. This is another good example of the use and practice of precise language. Okay. Okay, that is all for us today. Thank you all for sharing. Before I wrap up today's session, I want to ask if there are any further questions.